happened to my lighter?
Welcome to the Ben Mallah podcast.
I stole his light. He got ready to light the cigarette. I had it. Oh, God.
Oh my god! All right, guys, welcome to the Ben Mallah podcast, where we're here to talk about real estate and what's going on in the market. Here we have Jimmy Hart, the mouth of the South,
Thank you.
and then we have the one and only Ben Mallah.
Don Corleone.
What did you just say anyway? Did you open the show?
Yeah, welcome to the Ben
We're
Mallah
having a
podcast.
show. Look at that. We even got a celebrity here. We got the big mouth in the South, Jimmy Hart, who lives here.
I just
So-
dropped in to see what kind of condition my
He's never
condition
here,
was
but he
in.
lives here.
That's a song, by the way.
He's here, and when he is here, he complains.
Well, we're here.
Oh, my heater! I can't plug
We're
in the
here to
heater on
promote
this
something.
close to the bed. I got to run extension cord. My microwave plug doesn't work.
Listen,
All he does is bitch and complain. He's never even here.
we're here. We're here to sell tickets. Tickets. Big upcoming event. February the 24th. Tell them about it, baby.
You won't be there. You know why? Because I'm a big shot. I got a booked here. I'm booked there. I got to go. Where you been last week?
I couldn't get a ticket for
Where
it.
you
They're
been
almost
last-
sold out.
Where-
Oh my God.
Where was your last week?
Okay,
like? One week.
all
Average
right.
week.
I'll go backwards. Saturday I was at the Royal Rumble. Sunday I was
Where?
in
Here?
here, right, St. Petersburg, Florida. 48,000 plus people were there. Unbelievable. By the way, what I'm going to tell you too, at the hotel you're doing your event in, which is the Sheridan 4 Points right here in
4
Tampa,
points
Florida.
by Sheridan.
Right, but let me tell you
Under
about
the
it.
Marriott
A lot of the
flag.
wrestling fans I bumped into at the Royal Rumble said, Jimmy, guess what? We're staying at the Sheridan Ben Malah's hotel because they saw you advertise it before when you had your other events there. So I thought that was pretty
I
cool.
wondered why the housekeeping costs were up
And
this
they
week.
they
'cause you
judged it.
wrestling
No, it
people.
sold out because of the wrestling
Yeah,
fans.
but they were off and they tear shit up and they want
They
to
didn't
wrestle in
tear
the
it.
rooms
Listen.
and jump on the fucking beds and make a mess and eat their goddamn pizza and drink their beer.
Well, you said it
We're
was a-
wrestlers
you
here.
said it was a
We're
fun
like
place.
wrestling.
That's where you go to have fun, man. But what a great night it's going to be. The 24th of February. Tickets are on sale as we speak, and you can go to the website, right, for all the information. benmallah.com/live.
You
There you
got
go,
it.
that's it.
Yay!
Thank you very much. Thank you very
Without
much.
a fucking screen to read off
Thank you very
of,
much.
Like he's used to.
All right, but before we go any farther, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We're almost at 1 million. We're at
We're not gonna get
946,000.
there.
I know we can get there
We're not getting there.
because you can put us against any other real
cares?
estate channel, and we will prevail.
Nobody cares. That's the problem.
Nobody cares.
If they cared, they say, hey, do me a favor. They tell their friends, they tell their family, hey, do me a favor. Whether you like this fat fuck or not, subscribe to his channel so he can hit a goddamn million. Then he can die saying, at least while I was on this fucking earth, I had 1 million subscribers on YouTube, baby. Right?
Absolutely.
Why not?
But you know what I'm looking at over
An
here?
accomplishment in life. I like to set goals, and I have a goal to get 1 million subscribers. That's my goal. Then I can drop dead. I can say, hey, I accomplished something in life.
Look, before we get started, what about this
Speaking of
protein
dead,
shake? What about
let me
this
tell you
protein
something.
shake? Tell me about
You-
that.
This is going to save your hair. It's going to save everything. This is going to extend you even longer than you're extended. This stuff is great. This is Factor, baby. This is the drink. You can replace a meal with this, and you're really going to be pushing it. I mean, look at me. I'm a Factor man. You know, this is great. You buy the meals, right?
I like it.
You go Mallah code 50. Mallah code 50. You get your first box 50% off. We're buying them at the damn office. I told them no more of this shit. Going out and buying a lunch every day in the office, spending a fortune. I told Ben and Vincent, order Factor. Everybody gets a meal. Pop it in the microwave. Poke the holes in it. Pop it in the microwave. 2 minutes, it's done, and it tastes delicious. And Jimmy, you're gonna love them. I'll start sending you some.
This is great.
There you go.
This
I'm
is
running
very
a
good.
goddamn ALF here. Now we're providing meals.
Yeah, and
That's
guys,
what I can do. I can open ALF and just provide Factor meals.
That's great.
just to clarify,
Jimmy's
it's
my
promo
first
code.
test on opening up a senior home.
Just to clarify, it's promo code Mallah50. So you put that in, and you'll get some major
Mallah50.
benefits on your order, which would be great.
And he eats them whenever he comes up from
I
school.
always
He's
eat 'em.
starving.
This is great.
I don't understand why you're always hungry. That school I went to.
'Cause I'm
I
6'4".
went to the school. The biggest building or room in the school is the cafeteria, and it's like walking into a damn buffet.
It is a buffet.
I have a buffet.
It's a
They got
buffet.
chefs. I mean, I wanted to stay there and eat every day. Shit. Anyway, what else?
I'm lucky for that. That's for sure. Well, we're also doing super chats tonight. So, guys, send in your super chat. We'll answer your question to the best of our abilities. And that's it. So, shout out Marquise Brown. Thank you for the first super chat of the night. Hey, Ben, I live in Philly. Looking to buy my
Philly.
first multifamily unit using an FHA loan, house hack, and there's a couple $100, $200 to $300 remaining.
Can somebody explain to me what the hell a house hack is? Okay, I don't even like the name. I'm sorry. Hack.
Hey, before
You
you
know what
say
a hack
anything,
is?
yeah, but before you say anything, Philadelphia this year at WrestleMania 40 is going to be in Philadelphia this year, and I'm sure the kid who sent this in knows about it. But what's a hack? Go ahead.
I don't know. I got to look it up. Google hack.
All right, house
Oh, he's
hack.
Googling it. What does it say? What is house hacking? Hacking. I'm going to hack me some houses, baby. House hacking. Read it. You go to
All right,
friggin'
so
school, all that money.
house hacking means finding ways to generate income from your home. So traditionally, house hacking meant buying a multifamily property, living in one unit, and renting out the others so that the tenant pays the owner's
I've been
mortgage.
telling people that forever. What's my mother say? I've been saying that for more than an hour.
Yeah, honestly, that's just real estate.
All right, so anyway, we're talking about hacking. I'm a hack. I'm a big hack. Anyway, what was the question he's buying? He's in Philly. He's eating a Philly cheesesteak right now. And he
Basically-
wants to move into a fourplex because FHA only goes to 4 units. You know what FHA means? Federal Housing Administration. You know what they do, Jimmy?
Tell me.
They're going to back up the bank by giving you a loan so you can move into a house or a duplex or a triplex or a fourplex, and you can live for free. If you buy it right, the other 3 tenants will pay your rent, and you're saving money. And you know what saving money means, Jimmy?
Absolutely.
Making money.
I like
you
it.
don't know nothing about money.
I like it.
This guy is, oh boy. But you
All
know,
right.
I get along best with opposites. Me and my wife are opposite in every possible way. Every way you can imagine, we're opposites. I get along with opposites. You know why? Because you're different. It's not the same old person like, like me. It's that's why I like diversity. I like all that shit.
Well, you scream and yell. She doesn't. She's the face that runs the place at the Mallah home.
Yeah.
All right, well, anyways, getting
We're
back to
gonna complain to her about the heat in the microwave.
Getting-
Me.
getting back to his question, he basically said that he's going to have $200 to $300 remaining if he lives in it. So do you think it's a good idea, or should he just go for like the positive cash flow all the way? I think that means not.
So you
living
got to
in it, right?
start somewhere. You got to find whatever you're looking for, whoever you are, whatever you got. You got to find something that fits your life. Okay, like Jimmy, he stays here. It don't cost him shit.
Zero.
Okay,
Zero.
You know why? It works for him. He's never home. He don't want to spend the money on a place and piss away money.
What did you
For
say?
what reason? He can stay in one of my guest rooms. I don't care.
Did you say you had $2 million?
Who?
The guy.
$200 a month positive cash flow.
$200 to
Or
$300.
Negative. It's going to cost him $200 a month to live there. Hey, if it only costs you $200 a month to live there, and you normally be paying $1,500 a month, you're saving $1,300 a month, so you're making
No, I think
money.
he has.
15
He
grand.
said
a
$200
year.
to $300 left over.
Listen,
Anyways.
find the best deal. Make sure that the numbers work, and make sure it's a step improving your life. That's all you can do while you're here. We're only here a certain amount of time, except for Jimmy. He's going to be here forever. So, man, he looks damn good for 90. Let me tell you, he just turned his birthday. He just had a birthday.
100 years old.
He's a New Year's baby. You were born on New Year's, right?
New Year's.
Bullshit. They didn't even have fucking hospitals back then. He was born in a fucking house, in a car, in the outhouse. And they just said, oh, yeah, I forgot when he was born. His mother didn't remember when he had her. He said, make it January 1st.
No birth certificate.
You'll never forget.
I think it might have been Halloween, but all right. So did we answer that question to him?
I
Yeah,
think
we
so.
He also has another question. So there's a rumor that the feds will start cutting rates this year, maybe 3 times. Do you
Cutting
think
rates.
they will
We're
actually
cutting
cut
rates.
them,
We're cutting
or
rates. We're
do you
cutting
think it's too
rates.
soon?
I wish they never fucking raised them, but listen, they're cutting rates. So what's going to happen to me? I'm going to lock in now because I'm so crying about the high rate that I'm paying. I'm going to lock in at a lower rate, but then the rate's going to go even lower. And I said, oh, why did I wait? Why did I wait? My timing is the worst in the world. Okay. Everything I've been timing lately has been wrong. So, and I'll be honest, really, because I don't play it safe. I need to play it safe. You get too fat, you get too cocky, and you start taking risks, and you don't realize the shit can hit the fan. Be prepared. And now in my old age, I need to start getting prepared. So Jimmy says I should only own one, right?
One shopping center, one hotel, one gas station, one beautiful home like this, one boat. But no, not Ben. He's got to have 3 boats, 3
I
tricycles
only got one
downstairs,
boat. They don't
4
count the little
cars,
ones.
4 cars. He's got to have all this stuff.
Everything
The
has
more
a
you have, the
purpose.
more employees you have. You know how many employees you could cut? You could cut all that.
All right. Well, 1 is a lonely number, so I'm not going to be 1. I got too many mouths to feed.
Well, you do.
Okay.
You do on that
You
one.
know,
Ooh, damn.
and you are kind of one of them, even though I only feed you as factor.
Please.
I got to protect you now. keep a roof over your head.
Wait a
I
minute.
even bought him a heater for
Hey,
his
listen,
room.
who helped
'cause
you
it's
sell?
freezing.
Who helped you sell Hogan's Beach? Come on,
Hogan's Beach.
the original
Listen,
one over
I'm
there.
gonna-
You said it was the
listen,
biggest deal you ever made in your life.
You helped me a lot, but let me tell you something. The big money was in the hotel. They didn't even want the restaurant. They took the name down. They said, make sure you take that name down before we buy the place. It wasn't their
Listen,
thing. They want to go high class.
What kept the
And
hotel?
let me tell you something. You wrestlers are a lot of things, but high class ain't one of them.
What kept the hotel full every week was all the people that we
I'll get in
drew at
trouble
the
with that.
beach bar.
It's all right.
Was the beach bar? The beach bar
It was
sold
great.
out.
You
We
helped
had
me
2,000
out.
or 3,000 people on
And
weekends.
I don't know what you
The
were doing
hotel was
out of the
full.
back door of the room you were in, but anyway, it was great. You helped me, and we're
I was
friends.
making
forever.
enchiladas.
But you ruined me in Daytona.
Oh, please.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
You kicked
Please.
my
I'm never
ass in
into this.
Daytona.
Listen, we had a hotel up there called the
Gave him a
Maya Inn,
bar,
okay?
gave him a
We
bar.
put a Jimmy Hart's bar in there. He made me, he didn't make me go up there, but I went up there and he said, Jimmy, look, go up, put your memorabilia up there. We were packed all the damn time. But let me tell you what happened. The building next door to us, they were grandfathered in. We had a beach bar out on the back. Ben built a $100,000 deck for us, but we tore down the beach bar. I won't say who told us to tear it down, but it was grandfathered. I know, but it was grandfathered in.
People with you
But he
ruining
wound
my
up selling the hotel and making a profit anyhow.
A
So
little profit.
that's okay. It's
I'm
better
going
than none.
to tell you right now. If you ever want to go in the hotel business, don't do it in Daytona, okay? Because
And don't ask me to
he
help,
was going to be the
please.
mayor. But the
Oh,
only thing
please.
good out of Daytona was you got to meet Trump in Daytona.
Ben called me one day and said, look, Donald Trump's got a rally going on. Go down there. So, like, here I go. Whatever Ben wants, Don Corleone. Okay, here I go. Boop, 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 boop. I go down there. I'm sitting in the restaurant
Gave
next
you a
door.
76 Cadillac Eldorado
And this-
convertible to drive.
And this agent came up to me that worked for him and said, you know, Donald Trump's here. Are you coming for the rally? I said, no, sir. I'm just over here eating barbecue. And so he said, well, come on over. So I went over and I was sitting and listening. It was like a rock concert, really. And all of a sudden they said, Donald Trump wants to see you. And I went, okay, great. So I went to the back and met him. And he had done the wrestling show with us years before that. So when I went in to see him, he said, how you been? I said, great. I said, you know, Mr. Trump, this is like the wrestling business. Some people are going to love you and some people are going to hate you. And he goes, ain't that the truth? And look what happened. The rest is history. But
if you could just learn to tip the scale a little and get a little more people liking him, we'd be in good shape. I mean, come
hey,
on.
I've never voted in my life. So I'm for Ben Mallah for president. Hey, but look, let's talk about the 24th one more time here before we close out later on this afternoon. But, benmallah.com, we've got all this stuff. These last all the way in the afternoon. But February the 24th at the 4 Points Sheridan, right? And if
We're
you want,
having a friggin' show.
Yeah.
We ain't got that many tickets to sell. I can only fit so many people in the room. And if you're smart, you're going to come. Go to
early.
benmal.com/live and buy the ticket. God damn it.
Listen, I guarantee you, you cannot.
Listen,
You
I got
cannot get
problems.
the
I need
same
help. I need
information.
to see some friends. I need to be around people that are helping me make money and hang out with me. I ain't got no friends. The only friends I got, I found out, are really the people that watch on YouTube. That's all the friends I got, and I'm happy.
hey, is Carla going to be there?
Yeah,
Is-
Carlitas,
a little-
margaritas.
a little
She's gonna have
bit.
a big giant jugs full of them.
Little Ben.
Little Ben will be
Aaron.
there. Aaron will be there. If
What
he's
about-
not in trouble?
What about Paulie?
Grounded. Paulie will be there.
What about Vincent?
will be there. We're going to have dances. We're going to put out a great buffet of food. We're going to have a real estate party, baby. And we're going to talk about what you need to be doing to get your you-know-what and make some money this year. Because, yeah, interest rates should come down. Not a lot. They're going to get steadied out. But listen, the deals are coming. I'm seeing them trickle down. Everybody's being stubborn, but I'm starting to see them come down. We closed on 2 apartment buildings yesterday. Yeah, and Ben and Vincent are out there right now taking them over. And we got them for about 25, I'd say, or 30% less than the market was. So the market's starting to pop.
How much a door?
43 after I got my credit.
Damn, 43 a door. That's pretty
43
high.
door, baby. And I probably was worth 60 something a door the day I bought it. Okay. Why? Because we're pushy and we got good terms. I can beat anybody's terms.
But why were they getting out of the place for in the first place?
Because they were big shots and they already used up the 15-year tax credit on the property. So now it's not a big benefit to them because they're not getting a tax break. They're on a way higher level than me and you. Okay. So they sold it and I came in with terms because one thing about even the rich guys, especially New York guys, if you show them some quick money, boy, that they know they can get their hands on quick, they're going to take that money and run. They're not going to wait around for a maybe or this guy's going to jerk them around. I'm coming in and I'm coming in with money and I'm coming in hard, baby. That's the way you get a good deal. But I couldn't do that in the old days, I had to wait for financing. So, try to limit your time that you inspect the property and show them a little hard money. You ain't going to show them a lot. The average person out there, you'd be surprised. You put $1,000 in a house, tell them, listen, I need $1,000. If I don't, if I don't go hard and do the deal within 5 days, then you keep the $1,000. I mean, people will do it. So anyway, what else, Aaron? You got anything?
Yeah. So we got a caller going on right now.
A caller.
His name's Christian.
Christian, I'm Jewish.
That's awesome. That's awesome. How's it going, Ben?
I can't hear you. Mute yourself.
Can you hear me?
What is he wearing? A sports shirt? Wrestling shirt? Michigan? Michigan. You go to college?
Me?
Oh, there you go.
No,
What does your shirt say? Michigan what?
Yeah, it's Michigan Wolverines. I'm big
Wolverines. All right. Is that a
National
college?
champions, baby.
Is that a
National
college?
champions.
Are you in Michigan?
They
You
won
go
the
to school there or what?
They won the
No, I live in Houston.
Houston? And you
Yes,
walk
sir.
around with a Michigan shirt in Houston, you're going to get your ass kicked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, take that. He only wears it in the house. He ain't wearing that fucking shirt. I've been to Houston. I spent years in Houston.
That's awesome, man.
Where, you need a Galleria?
No, I'm in Clear Lake, right behind NASA. You know where NASA
I
is?
know. I own property on NASA Road 1, right down there on Clear Lake. And what's it called? Starts with a K. I take Aaron there when he's a baby. What was it called? Kima. They still got all that
Kima
shit on the
Boardwalk.
water, the restaurants and all that bullshit on the water there. Yeah, okay, Kima. And the lake ain't that clear, let me tell you.
favorite restaurants in Houston. Whataburger.
Yeah, it's full of oil, dude.
Burger, baby. My favorite restaurant was going to Galleria to the PF Tang, or they had a Brazilian steakhouse, but every city's got that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was in Pasadena. I was in Houston. I owned 1,000 units on one block on Ritchie Street in Pasadena around the oil refineries.
Yeah.
So, but Clear Lake was where we actually we had a house that we rented, and that was the nice over there by NASA Road 1.
That's right.
I should have bought a lot more shit over there.
That's the nice part of Houston. That's
Yeah,
where-
the nice
where
part
I'm
of
at.
Houston. All right, so what's up?
Oh, not much, man. I may have some alternative motives.
Alternative motives. He
Yeah,
has alternative motives.
I like it.
that's
I
right.
don't. I
So,
don't like people. What's your alternative motive? Tell us. What is your big fucking alternative motive?
I want to know a little bit about your operations. I have more operations questions for you.
Who do you work for?
as a-
IRS?
No, I work for I work for a consulting firm. I have my own engineering firm. Do electrical and instrumentation.
How about mechanical? Can you do mechanical engineering?
Nah.
I got 4 45-ton ACs that I'm being told it's time to replace them on the roof of my hotel.
Oh, yeah. I know a guy. I can connect
I
you.
know a
with
guy. You got a guy. You're like Brooklyn Mike. I got a guy.
Yeah.
Well, send me a guy's name and number that can give me some good direction.
All
It's
right.
a big number. All right. So what do you want? You're doing consulting on what are you doing consulting on?
Electrical engineering.
Electrical. All
Yes.
right. Can you fix the outlets in his room? There's a fucking outlet.
Yeah,
He's running an extension cord because he can't plug the heater in next to his bed. And we're not used to having heaters in Florida. We don't put them in our ACs. Why?
Right.
So can you fix that? And his microwave is not working either.
Yeah, I'm sure I could, but I'm trying to figure out from you because we're kind of going into a new vertical in our business, attacking the commercial side as opposed to the industrial. And I'm trying to figure out what is important to you as far as and what the problems are for you as far as utility costs at your facilities and at your properties.
What is this? A solar sales pitch? Is that what you're doing?
No.
Oh, wait, you're an electrical. You don't do solar. You hate solar. All right. Anyway,
Sometimes.
what is this? Listen, in my business, you fix what you have to. All right.
Right.
If it breaks, you got to fix it. So
Yep.
I don't know. On electrical level, I don't know. I mean, we have problems here and there. It could be big problems, it could be little problems. We have transformers, we have all that shit. I mean, what are you getting at? What's the point? You looking for more business? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, absolutely. Of course.
Well, then figure out who are the right customers that need you the most. Is it new construction? Is it rehab? Typically, don't contractors hire out? They sub out they hire engineers, or you work for other engineers that do a certain type of engineering, and then you do the electrical, then you got a guy doing the plumbing, and you got a guy doing the mechanical. Isn't it like that?
Yep, you got it. You got it.
You got to make more friends with the other engineers. You got to play in the sandbox.
That's
with the
right.
other engineers, smooth them over, so then when they get a job, they can recommend you. The contractors. Who's the guy that hires you? Who hires you? The contractor, the GC?
Architects and GCs, yeah.
Well, then those are the guys you got to work, so they give you more business.
You got it.
Have a fucking, take them out to have a thing in a bar. Have your company sponsor a bunch of them, get them fucking drunk, and then feed them something, and whatever else you can do to make them get you some business.
Yeah, absolutely.
About networking.
Absolutely,
But,
man.
Like I said, I have a problem. ACs. I need a mechanical engineer. I got to find somebody that can, know what I need to do. What else you want?
Well, I didn't know how important that, and that's kind of what I've heard from a lot of developers is pretty much what you just told me. They really kind of
developers.
Architects
Developers got all the money.
Yeah, they leave it up to the architects and the GCs to handle, and I didn't know how important it was for you guys.
What do you mean? If you got an electrical problem, we start with the cheapest guy we got in electrical. Then if he can't solve it, then we go to another level. And then if he can't solve it, we go to another level. That's the way it works in real estate. You try to get shit done the cheapest, fastest way you can, the right way. But, I'm not a big shot developer. We do mostly rehabs. Electrical. I mean, let me ask you a question. If I go out tomorrow and I want to buy a hotel and I want to convert it to an apartment building, can you separately meter every one of those fucking rooms?
Yes.
Well, that's the kind of shit I would hire somebody like you for.
Right.
Okay, send us your information and I'll be. I mean, you're only in Houston. It's a 30-minute flight only. So I don't know. You can travel. You guys travel out of the state?
Yeah, we're nationwide.
All right, but you don't do the work. You're just going to draw up the plans, right?
Yeah, we can do the work in Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, but not in Florida. But we draw up the plans for sure.
All right. Well, all right. Anyway, send me an info. Maybe I can use you guys. I don't know. I'll recommend you.
And
What else?
I have a question on interest rates and the.
What's your question on interest rates?
It's more of a question on the way the loans were structured in 2020 when a lot of commercial guys refinanced. Is it true that a lot of them are ballooning in 5 years, which would be next year?
Typically, in my world, commercial paper or loans, whatever you want to call it, you're borrowing money. All right? You borrow on some guys will borrow on a 2-year, depends on what their plan is. You can borrow money on a 2, a 3, a 5, or a 10. That's typically the time that you see in commercial loans. Okay, and then they're gonna get paid back. You pay the money back. You're gonna have to. They don't go out 30 years like residential. So yes, I believe a lot of guys are gonna have to. They're not gonna have that fixed low rate they had. Their money's coming due soon. I'm one of them. Well, I didn't fix my rate, but I got a loan coming due. I got a loan coming due for about $28,500. The appraiser contacted me today, and I got to reappraise it. Why? Because the bank, of course, wants to keep the loan, and I got to have it reappraised because the time is up. I'm not going to give them the $28,500,000. So yeah, I mean, right, I think we should see a big influx of people that can't refinance because the prices are down, the rates are high, the numbers don't work anymore for the loan that they had. They're not going to want to come to the table with money, and you're going to see some deals.
Gotcha.
What else?
And on the commercial side of things, so let's say, are you guys potentially looking into buying old office buildings and converting them into multifamily units?
I have not seen anybody that hasn't done it without going broke.
Okay.
Everybody I know that's done it. And I'm not an expert, and I don't know the whole world. But maybe if there's a brilliant person out there that could look at a building, look at the price you're paying for the building, and come up with a conversion plan that makes sense, then yes, it would be a fabulous thing because you could buy office buildings for a steal right now. I could go to Houston and buy up your fucking city in office buildings. I see them every fucking day. And soon you're going to see them going to auction. But the point is, because of the windows and the codes between office and residential and all the plumbing and all the bathrooms and all the kitchens and all that shit. And then you got the AC because normally they're central on offices. Everybody that tried to do it told me you're better off knocking the fucking thing down and building a new one. Yeah. That's what I've been told. And I haven't really looked into it because I don't know anybody that I could trust that can come up with a plan to do it. Now, we convert retail space, empty retail space, a big box empty, into hotel rooms. That is not that hard to do. But
gotcha.
The point is, if you can figure out a way to take an office building and turn it into apartments or even a hotel, then you'll hit the jackpot. Okay, you should hit the jackpot if you do it at the right price and in the right location. What else? You need to go to benmal.com/shop and consult with Ben. That's what you need to do.
Hey.
Because I can make you a lot of money if you can figure out a way to convert office to fucking hotels or apartments.
No, he needs to be down here live with Ben Mallah on the 24th of February. You need to check out the show.
You know, the people that really care and really want to be in that clique, you know, you want to come hang with us, you'll be there. Okay. That's all I can tell you. You know, you're all, what is it? You're the company you keep. You want to keep the right company, then keep the right company.
Listen, and it's also,
you want to make money, get around people making money.
Exactly.
People want to help you. We ain't selling no courses. We ain't raising no house hacking funding.
You're not selling no
We're
books?
not doing shit. We're not crowdfunding. We're just going to have a big crowd having a good time. So that's what we do. It's just a thing to do because, yes, is a hotel going to make money that night? Hell yeah, I got bills to pay. You know, it's cost a fortune. It cost me $300,000 a month just to keep my doors open.
Is it about 2.5, 3 hour show?
Man, I'm going to be there all friggin' night. We're going to come and hang out around 5. We're taking pictures. We're going to have the bar open. It's going to have that great lobby we're in with the atrium. And we're going to have a ball. We're going to eat. We're going to party. We're going to talk about making money. What else, Aaron?
Listen, and in life, what I've noticed so far about like growing up, knowing people and having connections is that in life, you need to know people in order to succeed.
I love
and
people that
coming to these shows, you will meet people that will help you with whatever, and you'll just network.
Storage business. I meet people doing this, ALFs, they're doing everything. I love to be around people that are just ready to do something to make some shit happen. That's the kind of people we are, and that's the kind of people we like to be around. So to me, it's a big treat to have a great event like this, especially we're going to make some money that night because the hotel, that room will be empty if we weren't. And, you know, it'd be nice if somebody stays in a room, but if you don't want to stay in a room, you just buy a ticket.
Yeah.
You can stay in Jimmy's room.
You need to come to the show.
I like it.
You really need to.
All right. What else, Aaron? Anything?
All right. Yeah. Super chat from Max. Thank you. I just got licensed. I'm looking to get into commercial property management. I quit college. What advice do you have? Thank you, Jimmy.
I repeat the question. I was thinking about something else. So Jimmy's here.
Basically, he got license, which I'm sure it means he got his real estate license. He's looking to get into commercial property management. He quit college. What advice do you have?
He quit college.
Yeah.
Ooh. Listen, if you're serious, all right. I got into real estate because I got in through management. That's how I got in real estate. Because if you can manage other people's shit, you can own shit. Okay, so what I never went to college. I never went to high school. I still got a job after I learned the basics of management with a property management company. Then I learned even more. Excuse me. So basically, you need to go to a management company. Find out who are the biggest management companies in your area. You can easily find them. They're online. Look up management companies, property management companies, and go to them and tell them, listen, I'm looking for a position, an entry-level position. If you got a real estate license, they're going to snatch your ass up. I'll tell you that. He has a real estate license?
He said he's licensed, which I would think
Listen,
it would only
if you
mean
got a real estate license,
license.
you're going to snatch your ass up. Put together something on a piece of paper showing your name, and, you know, you get your real estate license, and, you know, you graduate high school, and any jobs you had, put some sort of resume together, you know, but if you make sure you brag about that license, because, you know, that helps the property management company to have licensed people working for them. But listen, if you want to get into management, you have to work for somebody like I did, and then you learn how to manage shit, and then you go on your own. That's what I did.
You learned a lot in the Army too, though, right?
Not in real estate, except I hustled apartments for the GIs that couldn't live on base. But I learned management when Mark Wilton handed me a ring of friggin' keys and a 38 pistol. He left a friggin' bullet out of the chamber. Who does that? Out of the circle thing? It was room for 5 bullets, and it was like one missing. I said, what happens if I got in trouble? I had to pull that one, and it was missing. Oh, I don't know. I must have used it. Anyway, that's how I learned. And I went around and I collected rents and I fixed apartments and I made sure the buildings were running right and I made him a lot of money and I became his partner.
That was in San Francisco, right?
Oakland, with. So anyway, go to a management company and apply for an entry-level job. I don't care. You have to start as a friggin' leasing agent in a big fancy apartment complex. You can do that too, you know, and then you work your way up to assistant manager, then you become the manager. And then by that time you're ready to buy your own shit.
And these are the things you're going to learn if you're down here on the 24th of February for the Ben Mallah little conference he's giving. So 3.5 hours, 4
Maybe
hours.
we'll have coffee too.
There you go.
It's funny to try to watch a guy from Memphis talk like he's high class.
You got beans and potatoes?
There ain't nothing classy about Memphis.
I love
I've
Memphis.
been there. He dragged me around the whole goddamn city.
I love
I couldn't wait
Memphis.
to get the hell out of there.
Oh, he
Sorry.
loved it. Listen,
Yeah,
we went to
the food
Graceland.
sucked.
He was out.
The
front of-
hotels.
He was out in front of
are
Graceland
so-
going, "Oh my God,
Listen,
Elvis left here!
I
Elvis left
stayed.
here. Don't
I
let him fool
stayed.
you."
I said, if I'm going to that town, I'm staying in the most expensive hotel I got because I knew it wasn't going to be that expensive.
The Peabody.
They got fucking animals walking around the fucking lobby, Jimmy.
They
And
have
the
Ducks,
Peabody.
the Ducks 3 times a day.
Who the fuck wants
Then I
ducks
took
walking
him.
around
I took
shitting
him
on
to
the
Bill
goddamn
Street
carpet?
to see Jerry
There's
Lawler's
a guy that goes
bar and
behind and
grill.
cleans his shit up on the carpet.
Oh, he loved it there. Don't let him fool you.
Right. And there's the guy with this crazy clothes he used to sell Elvis in the
Lansky
lobby.
Brothers
Yeah.
sold Jerry Lee Lewis.
He also
the
makes his
Gentry's
clothes.
back in the day. Elvis's. Hey, you bought a shirt there. Come on.
They didn't have my size. All right. So what do we got
All
tonight?
right. Shout out House Fan Man.
How was
Thank you
it
for
meeting
super chat.
Trump was cool with you, right?
You know what? He was very nice. Well, I met
You
him
guys
before
get
in the
your hair
wrestling
done in the
business.
same
We
place
met him in
now,
the
right?
wrestling business. I don't. By the way, though, I don't vote. I'm not a
don't
Democrat or
He's
Republican.
nothing.
Just to let
He's
everybody know
nothing.
that.
He's
I'm
he's
zero.
Switzerland.
I am
I'm not involved.
I'm
I'm
nothing.
not involved.
I don't want to be involved.
Just give me my megaphone. I'm all right.
I'm okay.
How many evictions do you think you do a year?
How many evictions do you do a year?
Ooh.
We used to, I mean, luckily in Florida,
Oh.
eviction laws are very, very landlord friendly.
Oh.
You know, they don't, it's not like New York or California where they drag you to court for months and suck every dime out of you and make you pay the tenant to leave and all that shit. But that's why I got out of California. Anyway, we don't do a lot of evictions. We just got back into apartments. Commercial, we very rarely have to do an eviction. Typically, people with businesses just, you know, they can't pay their rent, they get up and leave. And, you know, but we used to do a lot. I've done a lot. I used to go to court so much, it was like a second office to me when I was in Oakland and Stockton and Berkeley and San Francisco. I'd stay in court all the damn time. But the judge in Stockton, I went there so much and I had a good reputation because, you know, I was always a fair property owner. You know, I was always sympathetic to tenants, you know, the ones that I give them a chance. So anyway, long story short, I go to court in Stockton. It was a lady judge. She sees me there all the time. She already knows the tenant would come to court and tell the judge, listen, Your Honor, even though he's evicted me, he was the best landlord I ever had. And the judge would just sit there and unbelievably hear that because he normally hears people bitching about their landlord. Anyway, I've done more evictions than I could ever count. Okay. I used to go to one lawyer in Oakland. His name, he had a company. It was called the Evictors. That's all he did. You know, that was life. But I don't do many anymore. But, you know, if you need to do an eviction, use a friggin' lawyer. Let them process the paperwork. Let somebody serve the papers. Don't get involved. Just let a lawyer. They don't charge that much. And let them do it and get rid of them. Because if your tenant ain't paying, they got to go. Okay, because you got bills to pay. So, you know, I used to be sympathetic, but it gets to a point, well, wait a minute, I need my money, you know. And little Ben, he really got strict. Little Ben said, shit, your rent says you're due on the 1st. If you don't pay it by like the 5th, he's giving you a friggin' 3-day notice. He was strict about that shit. And it worked because when he started doing that shit, we started collecting more money. And our balance dues was shrinking down to very little. So it's good when you have a lot of discipline when you collect your rents. But you got to do an eviction, do it, but just turn it over to the lawyer, let the courts handle it, and there you go. Hopefully they don't answer the damn eviction. You got to go to court. You got to, you know, all that shit.
All right. Shout out Jimmy. Thank you for the super chat. Ben, how much weight are you down? Congrats.
I have lost approximately in the past year or more, I think about 50 pounds. I don't know why. Maybe I'm dying. I don't know. Maybe there's something eating away at me. Maybe I got one of those flesh-eating things. Or maybe my life is just so stressful. The past year, because of our wonderful president and the interest rates, I have been losing weight. The only good thing coming out of all this stress is I'm losing weight. But no, I don't know. I got high sugar, so I've been cutting down on the sweets.
But you're still healthy because you're
I'm
drinking.
too sweet, the doctor said. My sugar's high.
But you're still healthy. You look what you've been drinking, though.
The factors help
Got
me out because
vitamins,
if I need a
everything.
quick
Vitamins,
meal
everything.
or a snack or something, I'll get a Factor, baby. I'll pop that sucker in the microwave in 2 minutes and I'm eating good. And it's just enough. You're not hungry anymore. You're not overstuffed. You feel like you're ready to keep rocking and rolling, baby. So you better Factor up.
You said microwave this?
Not this. This is a
Well,
smoothie.
You just said
The
microwave.
dinners.
Well, you
I'm
just said
not-
microwave.
Because I like to eat real food. All this, the smoothies are good when you need a snack. But when I need a real snack, I got to microwave me a Factor, baby.
There you go.
I'm making you dinner tomorrow with it.
I'll take 2. All right, next, baby.
All right.
Tomorrow we got to go to Erin's school.
Oh,
Why?
I forgot.
And I never go to school.
Oh, I forgot about that.
You forgot about that. I got to
Oh
go
my
to
God.
school. Why do I have to go to your school?
Basically, we got to do a meeting with I have a college counselor at my school, and we're just going to talk about my next steps going into college.
Oh my God, what
We'll
a
see.
waste of time that is. Your daddy didn't go to
Honestly,
college.
I don't know.
Wait a minute,
I should
wait a minute.
just.
He went
Wait
to
a
the
minute.
same school
Wait
as
a
Little
minute.
House on the Prairie.
Wait a minute. Let me ask you this. Why are you going to college? Your daddy owns a company here. You can work for
Your
it.
daddy owns a company.
What model? What you got a car outside?
You got
right?
a car outside.
Yeah.
You got a gold American Express card.
Yeah.
You got a beautiful.
platinum.
I got a Wells Fargo.
You're platinum. Okay. You got a swimming pool out in the back. You got a
Swimming
bowling
pool,
alley here.
bowling
So tell
alley.
me, why do you want to waste your time?
Why do you
going
want
to
to
Well,
waste
college?
your time in college?
Honestly, we all
Are
know.
you a jabroni?
We all know that.
That's his favorite word, jabroni.
We all know that our next step. We have all this wealth now. The next step is going to be
You got
building.
No wealth. The interest rates took
Well,
up. Gas
no,
goes
we do.
nothing.
You built up a couple $100 million empire from
Don't
zero.
tell people my business.
You say it
Too
all
late,
the time,
too
so it's
late.
true. Anyways, our next step right now would be building. So nobody really knows building in our family. Nobody. I mean, little Ben, yes, he knows, but
He
You
learned.
gotta
He made
have-
mistakes, he
if
learned from
we're really gonna do this, you need to have extensive knowledge. You got to go study it. You got to go really be in it
You
and meet
gotta
people in it.
build
So
affordable housing
exactly
through the state
through the
and
state.
get tax credits.
Exactly.
That's what you need to do.
It's
Your
another
brothers,
way. It's just
they
another way to
can't
make
do
money
it.
in real
They,
estate.
they can do it. They can
How
help
come,
you.
how come you never bring up Vincent? It's always little Ben.
Vincent, what are you talking about?
This
You know,
is-
right now,
this
if I
is
got Vincent on the
hustlers.
phone, you know where he's at?
Bowling
He's
alley.
300 miles away in the middle of nowhere with his brother, taking over a building and looking at 3 other buildings to buy while we speak. He got me on a plane the other day. He took me to fucking Alabama. Where else? Mississippi.
I told you
I
don't
told
go
him that's
there.
a little much for me.
I told
But
you don't
anyway,
do
the
that.
point is, he's out there hustling, baby. Okay.
Listen, we all do our part, and that's the great
We
thing
all
about
can't
this
just
family.
pick up, okay,
You
I'll
know?
be in St. Louis tomorrow. And you get on a plane, you go to St. Louis. Hey, baby, I'm Jimmy Hart. And then pay me in and get to come home.
But honestly, we'll see. If college doesn't work out, then that's fine. I'll come back and then I'll
College
get
gonna
going.
work out.
But
Well,
it'll
just
work
go to
out.
college
We'll see.
here. You'll
There's
save
a
it.
difference.
You never
my
know.
kids that go to college.
You're gonna get homesick.
Let me tell you something. Brenda is the only one who graduated college in his family. Okay.
What college she go to?
A private one. I paid
Oh,
a specialty college
Wait a minute.
for hospitality. That girl can go into any Marriott, walk into any hotel there is, and just take that motherfucker over. I've seen her do it. She can take garbage and turn it to gold. So I see her discipline. My boys do it too, but I see with her, she's more into college is good. I can tell you that. And if he's in college, he won't be partying that much. Only on the weekends. When he ain't
It
in
also
class.
it just teaches you how to deal with all the other people that went to college too. That's the big
right,
thing
'cause
about
the
it.
world's full of them.
Yeah.
Especially
So
the people who are making money, baby. And then if he goes to college and he pisses me off, he can always get a job. You know, Brenda could walk away from me today. She could tell me to go to hell. And they offered her $250,000 a year to stay at the hotel that I sold.
Yeah, but why would she leave? Look what she's
I
got
mean,
here.
thank
Look
God
what
she's
she's
loyal.
got here. Look
Gee,
what she's got here.
she's
She's
got
got
a
a
rough
home
life.
you got for her.
Working
She's
for me
got-
ain't
she's got-
easy.
yeah, thank you very much. Case closed. Next question.
Look at Happy. Happy's fucking
Oh
brilliant.
my God, let's get on Happy.
Happy is fucking brilliant. You know why? He not only went to
because he bumped
college,
into you.
he taught college. So tell me, I'm going to tell you something. College is important. I didn't go there. And if I did, maybe I would be a little smarter and a little richer today.
Hey, you better take the next.
You got to have a
question.
balance in life. You can't just be a jabroni. You got to be a
Better-
Mahoney.
Better take the next question.
all right,
By
shout
the
out
way,
David.
If you come to get a ticket, you're going to get a,
A
Ben
free
Mallah ashtray.
Oh, right.
With a sticker you can put on your license plate. I'm even going to throw in a light for sale pen made in China. Oh, shit. I used it as a stirrer for my coffee a minute ago. I hope it still works. Anyway, listen, we're going to have all kinds of
What about
memorabilia
energy?
there,
Will you
too.
give everybody one of the new energy drinks?
That I can't swing. We're going to have something
Why?
better. We're going to have Happy's in charge. We'll have mango lassi. We'll have Carlita's margaritas.
All right, there you go.
All
All
right.
right, shout out David. Thank you for the super chat. We're doing CAM letters on our strip centers and medical buildings and seeing 25%. What's why year-on-year cost increases? Do you see the same?
He's doing cam letters.
Yeah, CAM letters on strip centers and medical
Cam
buildings.
letters on strip centers.
And he claims that they're seeing 25% year-on-year cost increases.
Listen, costs are going up, but luckily, if you're charging a cam, the tenant has to swallow it and bear it, not you. Property taxes, insurance. If it's all in your cam, then you got to just say, I'm sorry. one thing I do for my tenants, and they probably don't even realize this, I make sure, and little Ben makes sure too, we always buy the best, cheapest stuff we can and keep our costs down to keep that cam down. I don't want them paying a lot of cam. I'm just in it for the rent. So like the landscaping, the maintenance, whatever they're responsible for, the insurance, property taxes I can't do nothing about, but we do contest them when we think they're a little too high. So we try to help our tenants to keep the cam down because it is a burden on them. They got to pay it above and beyond their rent. But, listen, costs are going up. Try to go out there and see if you have any cam expenses that you can try to get done cheaper. It's possible. You never know. You'd be surprised. Even the garbage companies compete, try to compete with anything. So, try to keep your cam down. But, yeah, costs are going up. We're seeing everything go up. You don't want to know what the hell insurance is doing us in Florida right now. They're going cuckoo on us.
And for everybody, because there's some people wondering what is CAM. CAM is common area
maintenance or
management. It's common area.
To
so
maintain the property.
It's basically what the owner is supposed to pay
Google it.
to pay for like the expenses of the property.
In commercial real estate, basically a lot of leases are either gross leases where everything's included, or they're different types of levels of CAM too. Some properties you charge for this, sometimes you have that, sometimes you charge for everything. Okay, so it depends on the type of property and what the lease says. But, you got to bill it to the tenants every year. You got to do a reconciliation if you didn't bill them enough. Or sometimes you took too much and you got to give them a credit. That's part of the management. It's all the expenses every month. They pay you and you pay the bills. Anything else you want to know, Jimmy Hart?
Just the other thing I want to say is you got to see this cat live, man. When he comes down here and he puts his show on for you, you're going to learn so much about the field that you're trying to look for. All your questions, he takes them. Oh, man, he'll stay there 3 or 4 or 5 hours, but it's going to be the 24th of February.
Sir, is this really yours, right?
Yes, my hat. I'll have it all the time.
But this hair is yours.
I know that's what you were saying.
It wasn't yours. Whoever did that weave knew what the hell they're doing.
They know it, baby. It's great. It's
all
a real hair, brother. It's a real hair.
You got anything else, Aaron?
Yeah. Shout out Conquistador. Thank you for the super chat. I want to get into buying apartment complexes, but I don't know where to start.
I want to get into buying apartment complexes, but I don't know where to start.
How much
Number
money
one, you got to have some cash.
There you go.
All right. And you got to have some bank to loan you the rest of the cash. So you line up the money, you start talking to brokers that are selling what you want to buy in your price range, in your area, and you get to it. All right. You can go on LoopNet. You can go on Crexy. You can go on a local MLS even. You can go to all the broker websites, look up multifamily in my area. Your brokers will pop up multifamily for sale in my area. But you got to have a plan. You got to have a budget. You got to put something. You got to have a plan and then execute the plan. That's what you got to do. The money, the opportunity, and close the deal. That's what you got to do to buy into multifamily.
All right. Shout out Super Buds. Thank you for the super chat. Big fan, Ben, Aaron, Jimmy. Love from North Queensland, Australia.
I always get in trouble with Australians because I say, are you from England? And they get really pissed at you. I do it on purpose even because I know they're from Australia, but I still say, are you from England? What part of England you're from? Oh, mate, don't ever insult me like that. You've been to Australia, right?
By the way, WWE, a couple of months from now, is going to Perth. Going to be a major show over there. We've been there before with Huckster. And
Perth.
We had great crowds over in Australia.
What kind of name is Perth? I live in Perth.
You know who's from Perth, don't you?
No, who's from Perth?
AC/DC, the rock and roll group.
AC/DC. I hope you're not AC/DC.
Hey, I love that group. They're awesome.
All right. Anyways, he asked, do you invest in bullion or gold?
Bullion or gold? No, I always thought about it, and I should have when gold was only half the price it was now. It wasn't that long ago. I drive down the street all the time, and that goddamn Silver Queen over there where I borrow your mother's crap from, they got a big sign every day posting the price of gold. I remember driving by that sign when it was like $700 or $800 or even maybe less. And now it's like, what, a couple of grand an ounce? And, I never did it. Listen, if it's something that you feel good about, then you do it. I can't tell you shit about gold. In fact, I try to buy fake gold because I'm too cheap.
Hey, you lost
See
a lot
this
of...
right here, baby?
Hey, listen.
Don't tell them, but I don't think it's real.
Hey, look, you lost a lot of money in Bitcoin, didn't you?
Bitcoin, I never bought a Bitcoin in my life.
No,
but, everybody was saying, oh, my God, it's at 47. It's going to 50. It's going to 50. It went down to 43. All right, 1,000. But anyway, I remember somebody telling me to buy it at a fucking $1. Can you imagine that? Hey, you better buy Bitcoin. It's at $1 now. It's equal to $1.
No, we had an argument about that because I kept saying Bitcoin's going to fall apart. Y'all kept going, well,
It didn't
people
fall
are buying
apart.
Bitcoin.
It never fell apart,
Well,
but it
it's
goes
not
up
there
and
anymore.
down, baby. I think somebody's controlling that shit. I think there's somebody sitting there with a whole chest of Bitcoins, and they're buying and they're selling, and they're controlling the market. Oh, they think this week I'm going to make it go up. Oh, I think this week I'm going to make it go down. And they do the opposite. They make money on you.
Well,
I mean, technically, the biggest shareholder would control the market. Technically
I
speaking,
don't know.
But remember,
that's
I
how
told
it
you
is
that.
in stocks. I feel like
I'm
that's
not-
how
you
it
go to the
is.
grocery store. You take Bitcoin. No, you take Bitcoin if you go to the gas station.
You
No,
take
nobody
Bitcoin.
took Bitcoin.
You take Bitcoin.
I didn't take anything.
I'll take some Bitcoin, goddamn. Bring me some goddamn Bitcoin. Anybody got $25,500,000 in Bitcoin? I'll take it and I'll sell you a Lowe's, baby, or make it a Home Depot, or why not make it a BJ's? Or how about a Walgreens? What would you like to buy today, sir? We have hardware stores, we have drug stores, we have grocery stores. We sold Holiday, we sold the Publix the other day. Paulie's happy about that because he got tired of driving all the way down to 19.
What I'd like to buy, I'd like to buy 2 tickets to your show on the 24th of February. That's what
But
I'd like
you're
to
not
buy.
going to do it.
But I
because
can't do it. I'm out of
Jimmy
town. I'm out
Hart,
of
I
town.
got to go out and make money. I have an appearance to do. What do you do in these appearances? You show up, and what do you do?
What do I do? I sign autographs.
You
I talk
sign.
to everybody. They talk about
Wrestling.
everything. Wrestling. That's right. What's the next one?
Shout out Leo. Thank you for the super chat. What time next year do you predict the deals will come?
Listen, all we can do is wait. Nobody's got a magic wand or crystal ball. We're waiting, baby. But you got to be on the wait, because if you're not on the wait, you're going to be late. So you got to I'm waiting, and I'm doing deals. I'm finding them. I'm trying to beat them down right now. Before the deals come, you want to be first in line? Lowball the shit out of them. That's what I'm doing right now. I see a property. Me and Vincent were arguing today. He wants me to pay $3.5 million. $3.5 million. The guy wants $4 million. Vincent says we can get it for $3.5 million. I say no. I'll pay $3 million. And, if I missed a deal, then I missed it. But I want to buy it at my price that makes sense. And if it makes sense, somebody, please.
It makes money.
Thank you. Forget about him. He's in WWE world.
It's all beautiful, baby.
He just wants to see big men in their underwear.
It's all
beating each other
beautiful,
up.
baby.
That's all he cares
It's
about.
all beautiful,
Who's
baby.
beating who up today?
Next question.
I watched all that Dark Side of the Ring.
We're not on Dark Side of the Ring.
You guys are cuckoo.
I'm looking.
And you're like the godfather of cuckoo, except you don't do nothing wrong.
Cuckoo.
How could you be in wrestling? You're like it's like a priest almost. You don't smoke, you don't drink, you don't eat. I don't see the hookers anymore either.
I'm like Joel Osteen. Here, go next.
All right. Shout out Bombastic. Thank you
Bombastic.
for the
Bombastic.
super chat.
Bombastic.
Hey Benny Gang, for those who make
Our things are plastic.
For those who make an average income, do you recommend getting into residential if you can do so earlier, or waiting till you can buy a commercial property?
You do whatever you can afford to do. Whatever is in your life. You got a life. What makes sense? What can you do to get your foot in the door? All right. It's always good to just get your foot in the door and try to go in the right direction. You got to get in where you fit in. So if you can only afford to do residential right now, try to do residential. Maybe flip a house. Maybe buy a duplex. Maybe a triplex. Maybe a fourplex. Whatever you can afford to do and get qualified to do. Okay. That's what you do. It's like I would go out. I looked at a building in Manhattan that I could probably buy for $40 million. It's probably worth 100. It could be, but I ain't got the balls to go to New York and deal with the unions and the city land lease and all the other bullshit that goes on with it. And I ain't moving to New York again. That ain't happening. So the point is, it's out of my league. You got to get in your league. Where's your league at? What can you do tomorrow? Not what you can maybe do a year from now. What can I do today to make something happen that's going to improve my life? That's the way you got to think. All right? Don't worry about doing bigger shit than you can do. What else?
All right, we have a caller.
We have another caller.
Steven.
What's up?
What's up? What's up? I didn't think his voice was going to be like that.
sorry, I got to get it on my throat. You guys make me nervous.
We make you nervous. You're making me nervous. You look like you got a pistol in your pocket, and you're ready to go bam, bam, bam. What are you wearing?
It's not far.
Are you somewhere cold? Are you somewhere cold? You got
well, I'm in Columbus, Ohio. It's freezing here.
Ohio. I hate Ohio.
Oh, darn.
You know why Ohio is Ohio? You know who lives in Ohio?
Who?
Ohio's in the middle of the country, right? You know why? Because neither side wanted them. They're stuck in the middle. What else? What's up, Ohio?
So I just wanted to.
He's from Ohio. He's a fucking crook.
OH.
Shouldn't be. You should
Just
move.
wanted to get some advice from you. I'm 24 years old. I am the commercial member specialist here at the Association of Columbus Realtors. I got licensed about 1.5 years ago, but I had to put my license in escrow to work for the association, so I can't practice right now. But I feel like the connections that I'm making, being able to go inside every brokerage and meet all these people is invaluable. So
you're in a real estate association, but you can't practice real estate. What kind of bullshit is that?
Yeah, that's what I said. But
I'd rather be in an association where everybody's practicing real estate that's running it. I don't get it, but that's up to you. Anyway, I mean, I don't know. How could you have a license and you're not using it? I mean, what are you doing to the association that's going to hurt? That's going to cross any lines of you haven't used and doing deals? What's the reason why it's like that? Why? Tell us. We want to know why in Ohio you can't sell real estate if you're in an association. Tell us the reasoning behind that.
So the reason there's a conflict of interest is I'm a resource to all of our members for the general practice of commercial real estate. So if somebody comes to me like they're a residential agent and they're like, hey, I have somebody who has a $10 million property that needs sold, who can sell it for me? And then that gives me an unfair advantage above other people. That's just an example of what could go on. So that's why I can't.
Listen, if you specialize in selling $10 million properties and you sell $10 million properties, I got $10 million properties for sale. You got anybody who want to buy them? Listen, do me a favor and go to 1031save.com.
1031.
I'm serious. I got a website. It shows all the shit I got, and I'm ready to sell something, baby. So go to 1031save.com. And if you're in the Tampa area, go to benshotels.com. Anyway, so what's the problem? What are you going to do? You're working in an association and you're happy, I guess. And what's the story? What do you want from me, my life? Ohio?
So part of my job at the association is to increase membership of our commercial organization. We have an organization under Columbus Realtors called COSI, the Central Ohio Commercial Information Exchange. We have a lot of stuff going on.
Central what?
Central Ohio Commercial Information Exchange. And it's basic
Central Ohio Commercial Exchange. I couldn't even remember that shit. I don't know how you work there.
Yeah. So we offer.
What do you want to do? You want to get more? What is your goal? You want to get more members to pay your dues? Is that what you want?
Yep. And with our dues, I feel like there's a huge value add. Like we give like Crexi Pro Intelligence for like the cheapest price anywhere you can get it in the country.
Cheaper than somebody buying it on their own?
Say that again.
Cheaper than anybody could buy Crexi, I think, right? You gotta be an agent to buy Crexi.
Not necessarily, but
what are you doing? You get it to them at a cheaper price because they're under your Crexi umbrella because you have so many members.
That's one way to put it.
All right, so how much is Crexi? $100 a month? What is
typically the Pro Intelligence? I think it's like $400 a month, but we offer it to about $126 a month if you're a COSI member.
All right, so that's good. That's good. So I mean, what do you want me to tell you?
How would you get more people like you involved into the Realtor Association? Now, you don't have to necessarily have.
I'm not a broker. I don't sell real estate. I buy it.
Yeah. So
you want brokers, right? You want brokers? You want regular people?
Brokers.
Anybody agents, can join your association?
Mortgage lenders.
Okay. Well, then yeah. Anybody? An investor?
Anybody really practicing commercial?
You don't need no license, none. Okay, great. Well. You know, you got an association, you want it to grow. You know what you do? You find other associations out there, like the Board of Realtors, and you go steal them. I mean, you know, you want more members.
That's who I work for. So I work for the board.
In the association business, you can start contacting people. You can do a search on LoopNet in Ohio, or CoStar or Crexi, and you can start looking at everybody that's in the real estate in Ohio. And you only want Ohio Buckeyes, right?
Yeah, we're trying to find ways to open it up to other states, and mainly Ohio.
Buckeyes, right? You want
Buckeyes
in your neighborhood. Well, then go find everybody that's either buying or selling or anything, properties listed, brokers, everybody online, every CBRE, every Marcus and Millichap, every brokerage firm you got, and approach every single agent. And then look who else is out there. You know, you can look up owners of places, but that's going to be time consuming. You know, you go to management companies. How about management companies? You interested in them?
Yes.
There you go. Look up all the management companies and get a nice email to send them showing all the services your association provides, and tell them all the shit you can help them do and ways that you can help them. People only care if you can help them. All right. That's all it's about. You got to show people that you got some kind of supply of what they need. All right. That's all you got to do in life on anything you're selling, whether it's legal or illegal. But I mean, you got to seek out your audience. Zero in on that audience, seek them out. You got all kinds of ways online, and get something good to send them. Email as many people as you can, and hopefully you won't go in their junk box. Hello? We lost them? All right, well, thanks a lot, and good luck to you in Ohio. But if I was you, I'd be doing deals without nobody know. Hey, you want me to sell this for me? I'll sell it for you.
Yeah, Breakaway started his own company.
Maybe he'll start his own brokerage firm. All the connections he's getting. I don't know.
Like
he's only 24 and he's in real estate, baby. He's doing something great, and that's a lot for coming from Ohio. Ohio's almost as bad as Memphis. What else?
All right, shout out Matt. Thank you for the super chat. Bought a house in 2020 for $150,000, 2.5% VA rate. Now appraised at $220,000. Should I sell it and 1031 to a bigger home or keep it and rent it out? I'm in Central Texas.
Listen, you need to go to benmallah.com and consult with Ben, because there's a lot of questions I have for you. Number one, are you living in the house? Have you lived there for 2 years? If you live there for 2 years, you can sell it and the money will be tax-free. Are you paying rent somewhere else? I mean, I got to ask you all these questions to really give you the best advice. So I can't do it right now. But, I mean, basically, if you sold a house for $220, you paid $150, you only got $70,000 there in equity. What are you going to do with the $70,000? That's the question. And if you don't do nothing with it and you didn't live in there for 2 years as your personal residence, you have to pay tax on the $70,000, which is going to be about $14,000. So, I don't think Texas has state tax, do they? But they kick your ass in property taxes if you own real estate. They have property tax, they have school tax. Anyway, the point is, what's going to improve your life? All right. Is it $70,000? You sell that house to get the $70,000 or 65 after closing costs and commissions? Is that going to do something? What are you going to do with that money? Where are you going to live if you live in that house? You got to pay rent somewhere. Everybody's got a different life. You can't give somebody advice just based on some textbook. It's everybody's an individual, and you need to think about what's the best thing for me to do. What am I going to do if I do sell a house? Where am I going to go next? Okay. If I don't sell a house, I know where I'm at. Is selling a house going to be a better move for me? How's it going to improve my life? That's what you got to figure out. Or go to benmallah.com/shop and go to consult with Ben.
You know what?
And I'll tell you.
He needs to get on a plane and come down here and see Ben Mallah live and ask those questions. The 24th of February.
And we're having food, and we're having the bars open.
And it's going to be probably some of the best networking you can do.
Absolutely.
We're going to have
in your life.
entertainment. You're going to be in my hotel. How many people do you know that you can say, hey, I'm going to a party, I'm going to an event, and the guy who's having the event owns the fucking hotel? Okay, come on. How many people you know? I don't even know that many people. I don't know anybody that does that. You know anybody that does that?
And there's limited seating, too, because these things sell out
fit
fast.
so many. And we're doing it in the smaller room this year because the other one's booked at the Holiday Inn. So we got to do it at 4 Point Sheridan. And Happy said, no, Ben, you cannot put too many people in the room. The fire department will come and give us a big fine. We'll get in a lot of trouble. So, anyway, you better hurry up, because once it's sold out, it's sold out. We're going to shut it down, baby. So you better go and get your ticket as soon as possible. And if you're coming into town, go to benshotels.com. You can stay in any one of my hotels. You want to go over and see what the beach is like down here? You got Treasure Island. We got John's Pass. We got Clearwater Beach. You can stay at the Holiday Inn. You can stay next to McDill Office Space at the Sleep Inn over there. You can stay in an event hotel, the 4 Point Sheridan. But you better hurry up, because it's a busy season and we're getting booked up. What else, Happy? I mean, Jimmy, Happy. He's definitely no happy.
Oh, we got a super
happy,
chat.
But he ain't no happy.
No.
Happy's a money maker.
No. All right, go ahead.
All right. Hey, Ben, I'm 24. I have $650,000 in cash. Just sold my first new construction. I'm under contract for my first multifamily that is 11 units. I'm curious, what would you do if you were my age with $650,000 cash? And he's in new construction.
I'm under contract for my first multi that is 11 units. I'm curious, what if I can't read? What if I can't see?
What would you do if you were his age with
All right, well,
$650,000?
it sounds like you already know what the hell you're doing. 24 years old and you got $650,000. You're brilliant. Okay. And then, you sold some new construction. That's great. Okay. You're buying 11 units. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. I'm sure you're buying them right. I'm sure they're going to cash flow. but I don't know how much you got left after you buy the 11 units. So, you need to maybe consult with me and we'll talk about what's your next move, how much of the 11 units you got to put money into them, what's the story with them? Because 11 units, I'm sure, is that's $1 million deal. I mean, typically anywhere I know in the country, 100 grand a door is $1.1 million, say $1 million, maybe a little less. Yeah, I'm not sure you're not paying cash because you only got 650,000. I got a lot of questions for you, so you need to go and try to get me on the phone. Let's talk about it because you got a lot of dough, but hopefully you're not putting that much down on that 11 units. Maybe you're financing it. I don't know. I hope you are. You must be because you ain't got all the money to buy it unless you're buying it really cheap. I don't know. I can't just tell you. I got to talk to you and ask you questions so I can get in your shoes. I don't want to be in his shoes. I tell you that.
I'm barefooted tonight.
How's those sketches I bought you? They were sketchy. We actually went to a store. We're looking at property, and the guy sold us some phony sketches. They're sketchy.
The left foot's an 8. The right foot's an 8.5.
I was wondering why they were so cheap. We got a good deal.
And I told you I didn't want them in the first
yeah,
place.
Right. You love them. You can use them as slippers in your room since the floors are cold and the heat not working.
You can go skiing in them.
There you go. Anything else, Aaron?
Yeah. Shout out Shogun Rose. Thank you for your super chat. I sold a property in Central America.
Ooh,
I made 34 grand. Do I have to pay taxes on it in the U.S.? I want to use the money to buy my first property, a fourplex.
I'm not an accountant. I can't give you accounting advice. One thing I try to do is not give people advice on shit I don't know. I'm not one of those people that are going to run their mouth. Oh, I know every fucking thing. I'm so fucking smart. Bullshit. You get in trouble and you hurt people when you tell them shit that you don't know. So talk to the accountant about the tax on the 34 grand. But senor, you made the money in Central America. Did you get wired? Was it in a briefcase? Do I have to pay taxes? So talk to the accountant about the tax part of it. I want to use the money to buy my first property, a fourplex. That's great. Hurry up, find out if you got to pay any tax on the money. You may not have to. I don't know. But take that money and start looking. But $34,000 is roughly only 20% of roughly 34 times 4 is put you about, 100 a quarter or something like that. So I don't know what kind of fourplex you can buy for 100 a quarter, unless you qualify for FHA and you can get a low down on a fourplex. And don't limit yourself to fourplexes. Look at the triplexes too. Who knows? I mean, if basically you need to get a broker, start looking online. And if you want a fourplex, start looking for them. Fourplexes are, residential. You could find fourplexes even on your local MLS because they're residential. So people will put them on a residential MLS in the local area. So look in the MLS, look on LoopNet, look on Crexy, look everywhere. Okay? I don't know. Ben found a friggin' fourplex on Facebook or some shit.
Facebook Marketplace.
They made money. Julio found it. And they made money. They fixed it up. They rented it out. Section 8. They made some money. And everyone lived happily ever after. And I didn't get a taste. Just a little taste, They could have gave me a little something for my beak, But they gave me nothing. In fact, they used my people to fix the fucking place up. Probably charged my goddamn account at Home Depot. Go after them and give me some goddamn money. Anyway, I don't care. They bust their ass the whole life for me. Anyway, what else we got?
All right. Shout out Emergency Roadside. Thank you for the super chat.
Emergency Roadside Assistance going to help you.
Me and my family came to your show a couple years ago. We sat down with you, ate dinner. You told me to start using the bank's money. I listened, and my worth doubled. I'm buying a Rolls-Royce Ghost tomorrow. Thank you again.
Look, I hope you bought it used. Look at that. That's proven. I didn't make that shit up. This ain't some phony bullshit that people put out there. What do they call it? When they have fake reviews and fake this and subscribers.
Yeah, bots.
Bots. This is not a bot. This is Emergency Roadside. And when he was on the road in an emergency, I came to his rescue. You listen to me. We sat down at 8. That's great. I love to hear shit like that because I love to help people. You should try helping people, Jimmy.
Listen.
Satisfaction. If everybody helped each other, the world would be a perfect fucking place. Can you imagine that? Everybody helping each other? People giving a fuck about another person? Oh, my God. I don't know.
I'm going to write a song about it.
Write a song about it.
We are the world. All right, next.
That's great. I hope. Are you coming to the other show to thank me personally?
Yeah.
That's the question. You got a big fancy Rolls Royce Ghost now. Woo. Drive that goddamn car over to my hotel. You can park it right up front next to my Rolls. Let's see you do that. Buy your ticket. Come to the hotel. Come to the show and tell everybody. Get up on stage there and tell everybody how we gave you good advice and now you were double buying Rolls Royces. That's a fucking story. Let me tell you.
I love it.
Instead of, Vincent's got a Rolls Royce.
Who bought it for him?
He earned it. You know,
Love it.
people say, "Oh, you gave your kids this, you gave your kids that." I didn't give my kids shit. Okay, what I gave them is a really trickle to compare to what they've done for me and given me. It's because of them. We're in this big fucking castle right here. Okay, Jimmy.
Okay, Ben.
You can believe whatever you want because you come from the South. You don't get it. You know, you don't get it.
Next
I can talk
question.
to you till I'm
Next
blue in the face. You
question.
won't get it.
All right, shout out Daniel. Thank you for the super chat. Hey Ben, I have 500 grand cash
Ooh,
and I have a
damn.
property. I want to 1031 for 285 grand. How much should I hold in reserves compared to debt? I have 3 million worth of storages currently and 1.5 million in debt on them. You get it?
I have 3 million worth of storages currently and 1.5 million in debt on them. Listen, if you're in the 50% zone, depends on your rate. Listen, if the rate was low and you locked it in, I'd borrow every fucking dime I could. And I used to, but now I don't. So now I'm down to around 50% leverage. Well, I'm not, but I should be. I'm starting to, but I mean, right now, it's whatever works for you. Okay. If you can afford if the leverage helps you, where it frees up money to make more money, then you borrow. But, if you're not going to take that money and invest it and make more than what you pay in the bank, then don't borrow. You got to make money with the bank's money. So, keep if you can make money with that money, then borrow it. If you can't, you can't. I mean, 50% LTV on storage is great. You probably get a few bucks out of it. And, you could run to it. If you needed the money, you'll probably get another 20% out of it at least. So, whatever works for you, you got to sit down and run your portfolio. Okay. You got cash here. You got a property. You want a 1031 for 285. You buying it or you selling it? 1031. I don't know, but basically you got a portfolio you got to run. Okay. Reserves. What do you think? If the shit hits the fan, how much money do you need? And what is your big plan? You should always stash your cash. If you're not putting that cash to work, stash it. You take whatever money you got and you put it to work. If you know it's going to make you money. If it ain't going to make you money, you stash it away. And you're going to be going up and down until you get to a level where you say, okay, I'm done. So that's the way you live, but always stash as much cash as you can, unless you can make money with that money or the bank's money. That's what you got to do. You go to benmallah.com/shop and consult with me. We'll go through every property you got and everything you want to do, and we'll get you on the right track to making some money. And don't forget to come to the show, Jimmy, even though you can be out of town.
The 24th, baby. It's going to be unbelievable. Right here at Tampa, Florida, at the
we have a shuttle.
Sheridan.
We have brand new shuttle buses that'll pick you up at the airport if you stay in the Holiday Inn or where the event's at, the 4 Point Sheridan.
Yeah, 4 Point Sheridan.
We got restaurants, we got bars. Come on down. All right. And Tampa is a good town to visit if you've never been here. What else? Too many wrestlers in this town.
All right, shout out Dylan. Thank you for the super chat. Hey Ben, I own a title insurance company in New York and just opened up a public adjusting firm. Have any advice for a PA and any experience with one? Thank you.
A PA is an attorney, isn't it? Or physician's assistant, or what's a PA? Advice for a PA? Is he a PA?
Yeah,
or is he looking at any advice for a PA? He wants a PA. He's looking for an attorney, practicing attorney. Where you going, goddammit?
Right over here.
He's got to go to the bathroom, probably. You got to go. He's old, every 20 minutes you got to go. Anyway, listen, you own a title insurance company. That's good. But whose title are you selling? First Americans? And in New York, that's great. You open up a public adjusting firm. Typically, that means insurance. If somebody has a claim, you're going to come in and be the adjuster in between the person that had the claim and the insurance company. That's great. And now you want a lawyer. Listen, all I can tell you is, I don't know, lawyers are, that's local. You got to try to find somebody who's practicing the exact legal stuff that you need. Okay. I do that. Even my lawyer has to hire other lawyers if it's a specialty in something, so find a lawyer that specifically does every day what you want. Okay. You got to match yourself up with lawyers. So find a specialist like doctors. And in New York, I can't help you. Only no criminal lawyers in New York. I'm just kidding.
All right, shout out of time. Thank you for the super chat. I have managed 28 units on my own. Lately, I've been considering hiring a management company. It's just too stressful after 20 years. I feel like a servant.
Well, if you can afford the management company, you pick the right one, then that's fine. 28 units. I mean, depending on the tenants, could be a pain in the ass. It could be a piece of cake. But it depends on you. Go talk to some management companies. Show them you're operating. This is what the building does, and I expect it to keep doing it. And if make sure they're managing other properties like yours. And they're keeping them full. Get some references. And pick a management company and find out how much they're going to charge you. Probably going to charge you anywhere from 5 to 10% of the gross, not the net. So, you got to look at the cost involved. Is it worth paying them 28 units? You're getting $1,000 a month. That's 28,000 a month. 10% would be $2,800 a month. That's a lot to give up. Maybe they'll do it for 14. I don't know. 5%. Is that 4%? Is that money going to hurt you? Is it going to hurt your income? Is it going to hurt your lifestyle? I mean, if he had to give up a few grand a month, he wouldn't be able to get it. He had to dye his own fucking hair. So
and mustache too. You forgot to mention that.
Sorry.
I just got to say this. Listen, it's after 8:00 right now. I've got to go make a phone call, but I got to tell you this right now. benmallah.com/live. Check it out for all the information. Unbelievable show coming up on the 24th. I know we kid around a lot, but you're going to learn everything you wanted to know about real estate. You got to check this man out. He's phenomenal. He's unbelievable. He's been in Vegas this past year for
with
that
Tucker
show
Carlson.
you had there. Tucker Carlson, all the stars out there.
I met Tucker Carlson. I was on the same stage as he was.
You've seen all kind of commercials he does and everything else. And don't forget, one of the best energy drinks going right here.
Enjoy that.
Check this out. Factor it. Can I keep this?
It's yours. I'm going to have them delivered to your room.
Thank you.
So-
Delivered to my room. But I'm serious.
What's that? What's that other one that everybody drinks?
Everybody drinks
Talking
this.
about
All right,
whatever. You don't want me to
shout
say it.
out.
It's for the old people.
Shout out Javier. Thank you for the super chat.
All right, you
I
going
mean-
to bed?
I'm going to bed.
He's got to watch wrestling.
I love you guys.
He's
Thank
got
you
to
for checking
study
out.
his wrestling.
He's
He
a-
sits in there and he
he's-
actually works.
He
and
is a
studies.
genius
He's
when
gotta
it
know
comes.
what's going
He's
on.
a genius when it comes to interstate. You got to come down and check it out. I said interstate, real estate. So you got to check him out. He's phenomenal. His whole family will be there. Love you guys.
Adios, amigo.
All right. Shout out
And his kitchen
Javier.
sauce in the kitchen if you want.
Shout out Javier Martinez. Thank you for the super chat. I manage my family's $25 million real estate portfolio in Miami. I have a $2 million line of credit, right? Yeah, line of credit to work with. I don't want to pull equity. Interest only line of credit to work with. I don't want to pull equity on paid assets and can't access more than $250,000 in cash. Thinking of South Florida flips where I could find any deals. Com is so expensive. What are your thoughts?
Thinking of SF flips.
South Florida.
South Florida, where I could find deals. It's so expensive. Yeah, I mean, Miami, baby. Miami's big money, big money, big money. Even if you go to tough neighborhoods, big money. So, the only thing I can say is if you have a $2 million interest only line of credit to work with, then you should be looking at foreclosures. You need to go to every county, Broward County, whatever county, Miami's Dade County, any counties within your area, Palm Beach County,
Broward.
and you need to start looking at the foreclosures because you got the line of credit. You could spring that money up real quick and do an auction with the county. But it's hard to find, and things are coming down. Opportunities are there. There is there's opportunity. I get some opportunities on small stuff, but anything big goes for big money. But you got to look, seek, and you shall find. So, get busy, talk to the brokers around there, go to whoever, to determine what size deal you want to do. You want to spend a whole $2 million line of credit. You could. That'll get you an $8 million deal. But what are you going to get for that $8 million? Can you make it into $10 million? Is it going to have a good cash flow? Can you refinance it? I don't know. You got to find a deal. Go to the big shots. Go to CBRE, go to Marcus Millichap. Go to all of them are out there in Miami. And Miami's got everything. But if you want to make some quick money, start looking at those foreclosures and start lowballing the shit out of stuff on the market. Look on LoopNet, look on Crexy. You find a property in Miami you like, it's too expensive, then lowball it. It doesn't cost you shit to try. Okay, give them a friggin' offer. They don't like it too fucking bad. Hey, man, what are they gonna do? Hey, they're gonna beat you. Hey, Miami, man, you can't give me no offer like this. Bullshit. You send them a fucking offer, they either counter it or they don't. I don't give a fuck. I'll wipe your ass when they offer you don't like it. I mean, people get personal, but ignore it. Miami, they get very personal. They're very emotional in Miami. I was just watching. My wife got me watching that Griselda Blanco. I'm calling her now, Carla Blanco. That's a good thing on Netflix. It's interesting. I like shit about True. I mean, they dolled it up and put some other shit in there, but it's basically a true story about the lady, and she was the godmother, and she killed a lot of people. But anyway, Miami's a tough town. Go to Fort Lauderdale, go to Palm Beach areas, go to the poor areas, go to Hollywood. Spread your wings, baby. I drove back and forth to Miami, go to Brickell, because my house is in Fort Lauderdale, and then we ain't staying in a hotel and paying all that money. So we drive back and forth from our house. We go back and forth to Miami. It takes about 30 minutes on the freeway. And go in the express lane, you get there quicker. So start looking, man. Start looking and lowballing and look for foreclosures and everything.
All right. Shout out Jay Pitty. Last super chat tonight. Thank you for the consult with Ben a month ago. We closed on our 27 unit complex and learned so much from your channel.
Well, there you go. I'm not here bullshitting you. These are people that actually call me. We talk about their life, what they got, and what their next move's going to be. All I'm doing is listening to the details about what they got, what they're trying to do, and I put myself in their shoes because I've been doing this shit a long time. I started when I was in my early 20s, and now I'm in my late fucking 50s. So that's a long time. You do the math. So, I'm real happy, and it brings me nothing but pleasure to know that somebody called me and I helped them. Okay, and help better their life and help them get in the right position. So you got no more chats? Okay. We're done? It's over? It's finished? I got to go deal with Carla now?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, thanks very much for everybody tuning in. It was a pleasure. Get your ticket. I want to see that room full of all the great people. I'm telling you, everywhere I go, people stop me, and I love it. I love it. I'm not going to bullshit you. All these other people, oh, no, I can't talk to you. I'd love to talk to people. And let me tell you something. I got free dinners out of that shit. I went to Louis Bossy the other night, and the goddamn guy bought my dinner. I've had strangers buy me dinner. It's crazy. I love it. So it's saving money's making money, baby. And let me tell you, the way my wife drinks, those are pretty big dinner bills. So, tomorrow I'm going to your school, right?
Yeah.
You better. I hope I don't hear a bunch of bullshit that make me ground your ass, because I'll stop all that shit. I'll shut your ass down. He thinks he's going racing in Tampa on Saturday. He's talking about buying this and fixing that and doing this, and he still ain't sold the goddamn boat. And so I'll shut you down if that guy ain't got some good shit to tell me. So adios, amigos. Buy your ticket for the show. Go to benhotels.com. Go to 1031save.com. If you're looking for a deal, don't worry, we'll talk. I'll make you a good deal. Yeah. And that's it. I don't know what else to say. Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Peace out.